Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Julie with Bookshelf by Julie. Today we're going to do some stitching. We're working on this page here. And I have added in our weave stitch to our sort of, our stitch page. So I put one, straight out because we're going to be doing that. And then I curled one around there. So we've got both weaves. So, all right. We'll move this to the side and this to the side, and we'll bring in our hoop and get busy on this. I'm going to start out with doing the stem stitch. I'm going to do here to here, and that'll be what I'll do for on camera on the stem stitch. We've done it lots of times, and it's pretty, and if you've practiced, it's really easy, okay? So we're just going to take this inch by inch so that it's a cinch, right? So we're not in a hurry. We're just going to, have smooth sailing here. And we're going to do our stem stitches. I pulled it back through on myself. Okay. Okay. Now, one thing to remember about the stem stitch is if you're going this way, go that way on all the stitches. If you're pulling it down this way, pull it down this way on all the stitches. It just keeps you sort of uniformed, I guess, in your stitches. They'll all look like they're going the same direction and all that, right? So just a reminder. Okay, I think the stem is really a nice one to do on this kind of thing. Yeah, don't go on the other side of the thing. I'm telling myself that. But yeah, it's a nice one to do. It's very utilitarian for this kind of thing. I mean, I can see why they would call it a stem stitch. Don't know who named it. Been around for ages. But maybe back even before colonial times. I don't know. Yeah, I can see why they named it that. Okay. We're just going to go. Now on this, you can make them wider or shorter. Do what you're comfortable with. You don't have to worry about, oh, am I doing it right or wrong? There's no really right or wrong. Just get your stitches in and pull it around, and then you've got it done. I think I'm doing mine about I don't know, quarter, and then going back in the middle of that to do my next one. So it just makes that nice, I don't know, texture to your stitch. For the stem, it's really good for doing curves, but also the chain stitch could do the curves. The back stitch could do the curves. The couching stitch could do the curves. A lot of stitches could do the curves. Split stitch can do the curves. It's all good. Whichever one you want to choose. I chose this one because I chose the other one for the other page to do the stem around. So I thought I would keep it a little bit matchy, you know, just a little. Now I'm going to go down here. This one will probably mostly be hidden by the flower we're going to put there. But I'm going to put it there anyways, so that it's available to be seen if it is seen. You know what I mean? So we're going to do it that way. And I'm going to go ahead and anchor it back down in here, because I don't want the thread coming up from up here. I want it coming out from over here. Hopefully that makes sense. Like so. Okay. All right. Then we're going to start almost like starting over. Don't go in your same place where you just went, because that'll just undo your stitch. Go right beside it, okay? So we're going to come up and go over here. Again, a lot of this is going to be hidden by the flower, but that's okay. It'll be there if it's available to be seen, and you never know, when you put that flower in there, it could be shifted a little bit this way or that way or the other way. But yeah, so on this one, you're going to do all of these like this, okay? Just go in there, anchor your stitches down, and then come back out. Okay? And yeah, we're just going to go down to this point here where we will have another woven stitch. That's another video though. I'm almost doing it again. I tell you, I get to talking and I can do it if I'm not talking. Seriously, I can do that. Go on the wrong side of the fabric. Do you guys do that? Or is it just me? It might be just a skill I've developed over the years. Could be just a me thing. You have to let me know if you guys do that, because then I won't feel so alone. All right. Just go right up in there. Get that straight. It's weird to say get it straight when you're going on a curve. I don't think there's any straight lines in this anywhere. Well, those are, but you know what? They're not going to be seen. So, I mean, you know, other than that, there's no straight lines. We're just going on the curve on the whole thing. And that's okay. So, yeah. But yeah, you can do a lot of stitches to do the curve. If you wanted to just take a really easy out on it, you could do the tacking stitch, that couching stitch, if I didn't say that one before. Because you could bring it around here and tack it to there, and then go back and tack it in, and then come around here and tack it to there, and then go back and make your little, you know, it would work. And it would be pretty. All the stitches are pretty. You don't have to say, oh, well, maybe it wouldn't look as good. Yeah, it would. It would. So if you want to do it that way, do it that way. That would be fine and pretty. It really would. I think there's a lot of pretty stitches that you can use in this. And I'm looking forward to, when we get this done, I'm looking forward to putting that berries down there. I think they're kind of like a raspberry, maybe. So that's where I'm going with it. So yeah, I think that's going to be really pretty. Going to be a nice page to our stitch book. It's also going to be really pretty when I start making journal covers with these, because just saying, they're going to make beautiful journal covers. And since I have two, I mean, you know, why not, right? I'm going to end up having two of each of the pages. So, yep, I'm definitely going to use some of them to make journal covers because it'll be pretty. Also, I think I'm going to do two more pages, two more design pages, and that'll be our stitch book. So we've got, I think that'll give us 5 or 6 pages, because we've got our stitch page as well, you know. But also in between doing that and that and that, I've got some things I want to put my samplers. Yeah, that, me and my brain sometimes, you know, I know what I want to say, but anyways, words. Yep. Okay, so I want to put my samplers on a dowel so that I can hang them on my gallery wall. I'm making a real serious gallery wall. It's coming together really nicely. I've got the canvas boards and some of our little journal charms that we made, you know, out of embroidery, and some more stuff in there. People come into my house now to see me, and they just stop at the wall. They stop and go, oh, you know, especially little people, but big people too. I've had big people come in and just spend time just looking at the wall, and it's kind of fun, you know. So I would encourage you guys to do that. Make you a gallery wall, even if it's just a little gallery wall. You can do that. Mine, where I put the canvas boards with the paper dolls, don't do that. That has like a chair rail. I had a friend do it for me. It's like a chair rail kind of thing that you can put like a railing on the wall. I don't know where else to put that. It's a piece of molding, I guess is the way. Anyways, and that's what I put my canvas boards on, just like like they would be set up on a gallery wall. I don't know how else to put that, but I think that turned out really well. Okay, again, I'm going to go ahead and go right up and under here. Probably some of this won't be seen either, but if it is, it's there to be seen, right? Right up and under there. So we've got this, and I'll do the rest of the green off camera. But you've got your stem stitch around through here. Like I said, you can use other stitches. Anything you can turn a curve with, and there's a whole lot of them you can do that with. To a point here and to an end here. And then you start back up here just like we did here and here. You just start right back up there, go through there, and then start over here and go back up that way. Or you can come down that way. Whatever way you want to do it, it's yours. Okay, so we've got the stem stitch that we did today. And next time, I think we're going to go ahead and do the split stitch on this bow. And that's this little, it's so dainty and cute. Till really. Like that. We've done it on several projects. Which one did we do it? Oh, we did it on this one. We did for the steps. And did we do it here? No, I think I did that. Let me see. Oh, I did it on this one. That was the original one. I did the split stitch bigger-ish. I think I doubled the thread, you know. So you can do that, you know. It's just a thing. So I'm going to do the split stitch over here with a big old French knot right in the middle. I think that's what I did before. Yes, it is. It just looks cute. That almost looks like a heart. I didn't do that on purpose. It just came out that way. So that's what we're going to do next time. But I'll go ahead and get all this green done. Not all of the green, because these little green leaves are their own thing. That's not this green. It's a different green. We can have more than one green. I like green. Okay. We did it. It's pretty. You guys go make something pretty. Get caught up, because we're going to make these. And when I go to making the journal covers, if you're interested, I'll show you how I'm going to do that. But, you know, only if you're interested. You guys take care. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. TTFN.